I'm back with another TV review, and this time I'm going to be diving into Sony's latest mini LED model, the BRAVIA 7. I'll be answering whether it's worth a spot in your home and if you should consider buying it. This TV is pretty exciting to me, as it seems to tick a lot of the boxes for many people, potentially making it one of the top choices for 2024. Positioned as one of Sony's premium mid-range mini LED models for the year, the BRAVIA 7 sits below the flagship BRAVIA 9 and the OLED BRAVIA 8. But above the entry-level LED model, the BRAVIA 3. Available in sizes ranging from 55 inches to a large 85-inch model. In this video, I'll be showcasing and focusing on the 65-inch version. And this is priced at $2,000 at the time of this video. This price tag seems steep in my opinion for what this TV offers, and I believe if you can wait for a sale, it could become a standout choice for those of you out there considering upgrading your TV or purchasing a new TV. Imagine if this 65-inch BRAVIA 7 dropped to the $1,400 to $1,600 range. At that price, the BRAVIA 7 would be a no-brainer. Before we dive in, if you're eager to buy this TV now and want a quick summary, just go for it. You'll love the image quality and brightness, especially for the low bitrate signals that this TV can process and deliver to you. It's fantastic for sports, offers a great gaming experience, and provides a solid movie watching experience as well, especially in bright rooms where it becomes difficult to control the light. While there's some blooming, and it doesn't quite achieve those super inky blacks, if you're not in a hurry and don't need to buy a TV now, I'd advise you to wait for the sale of the BRAVIA 7. When this TV's price drops, grab it. You won't regret it, I promise you. But if you have money to burn and want a solid mid-range mini LED TV experience, I'd say you won't regret purchasing the BRAVIA 7 now either. Let's kick off this video by discussing the TV's design, which at first glance appears like it's a carryover from the X90L, as it looks like Sony placed the BRAVIA 7's internals into the same chassis as the X90L. And I say this to say because the exterior looks quite similar, and at a quick glance, you'd be hard pressed to spot the difference between the BRAVIA 7 and the X90L. The key giveaway is the feet, which are very different. The legs are upgraded flat aluminum platforms, which have a slim and stylish design with the flexibility to be positioned in two widths and at two different heights at those widths. Sporting Sony's minimalist one slate design, the TV boasts a small bezel and minimal branding, offering a beautiful distraction-free viewing experience. Compared to the X90L, the BRAVIA 7 has gained some weight, coming in at around 60 pounds without the feet versus the 55 pounds for the X90L in the same configuration. Okay, so now I'm going to dive into some of Sony's marketing mumbo jumbo in hopes to quickly summarize what stuff is included in the BRAVIA 7. First up, picture quality. The BRAVIA 7 has thousands of mini LEDs controlled by Sony's XR backlight master drive, giving you really good contrast and a bright 4K picture. With QLED technology and XR Triluminous Pro, you get access to billions of colors. The XR processor is stated to enhance every scene in real time, boosting color, contrast, and clarity. From my experience, this runs true, as this TV is brilliantly bright and beautiful to look at. Now on to streaming and the smart features. The BRAVIA 7 comes with Google TV, so you can access all of your favorite streaming apps like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney+, YouTube, and more all in one place. I prefer the Google TV experience, so this is always one of the key selling items when I consider buying a new TV. With Google TV, you get the Google Assistant, and you can use your voice to search and ask questions, like any other experience with Google Assistant. It also supports AirPlay and Chromecast, making it easy to stream content from your devices, whether you're an Android or an iOS type of person. The cinematic experience for those movie buffs out there. The BRAVIA 7 supports Dolby Vision and Atmos, IMAX Enhanced, and DTS:X. The Sony Pictures Core app, formerly known as BRAVIA Core, offers a collection of IMAX Enhanced movies and special picture modes for Netflix, Prime Video, and Sony Pictures Core to give you that studio calibrated picture quality where you see the content as the creator intended it to be seen. The BRAVIA 7 has XR motion clarity for clear picture quality in those super fast moving scenes. The sound is enhanced with acoustic multi-audio technology, matching the sound positioning with the picture. It creates that positional audio for the things that you're viewing on your screen. And with Voice Zoom 3, you'll hear clear dialogue even in the noisy scenes. Voice Zoom 3 allows the audio to be more balanced and provide a much more clear representation of the dialogue on the screen while minimizing and managing the super loud background noises or in-scene action scenes. If you pair it with the Bravia Theater sound system, which I don't have in this video, you can get acoustic center sync for even better audio quality and experience. I, on the other hand, have paired this with my existing Sonos system and it has worked flawlessly in my experience. The gaming features on this thing are freaking phenomenal, especially for those of you that have a PlayStation 5, because the Bravia 7 is a Sony product. It is marketed as perfect for PlayStation. It has auto HDR tone mapping and auto genre picture mode, optimizing picture quality for gamers and the gaming experience as well as the streaming experience if you run all of your streaming apps through your PlayStation 5. The game menu puts all of your gaming picture settings in one place for quick access and adjustment. With HDMI 2.1, features like 4K 120, VRR, and source-based tone mapping, it's great for high performance, fast-paced gaming, as well as the more of the RPG type kind of walk around the world and relax type of gaming. VR enhances the PlayStation 5 experience, making games incredibly immersive. They feel real, just like they did on the X90L, but they feel like they pop more with the mini LED technology that this thing has. And as a 40-year-old dad that still casually games, the experience is so smooth and enjoyable that I often forget that I'm getting smoked by a bunch of blonde banged, chubby cheeks, inward knee, sweaty kids in Warzone because the screen is so immersive. Sony carried over the added tools like crosshair support that have improved my skills in the first-person shooter games. And if you want to sit closer to your TV, the Bravia 7 also features screen size adjustments so you can effectively shrink the display that best fits your gaming needs. One downside is that there's only two HDMI 2.1 ports and one of them is for the eARC input. So if you have multiple gaming consoles, the Bravia series of TVs may not be the best choice for you unless you want to spend some more money and get an HDMI splitter, and then you can manage that no problem. I wish Sony would stop doing that and throw the eARC port on one of the HDMI 2, because I mean eARC only needs HDMI 2.0 to function appropriately. For those of you that are eco-conscious, the Eco dashboard keeps all of your energy efficiency settings in one place, making it easy to adjust them for better performance and energy savings. But be warned, as soon as you start enabling these settings, your brightness will take a substantial hit as the TV will actively work to dim the screen as much as possible as you consume your content. I opted to disable all eco-related settings right when I put this thing on my wall, but you're more than welcome to use those as you see fit, because I mean, we're all different people, but just know that your picture quality may take a hit from that if you enable the eco settings on the Bravia 7. My purchasing advice would be to purchase this TV through Costco if you are a member. Going this route, you get a couple of extra perks. For one, you get 2 years of Sony Pictures Core streaming. 2, you get 15 Sony Pictures Core movie credits. 3, you get a premium backlit remote with the finder function. And 4, and finally, you get an Allstate 3-year protection plan bundle for a total of 5 years of warranty coverage. All of this for no extra charge. If you were to buy this directly from Sony or other major retailers like Best Buy and Amazon, you'd get 5 movie credits and 12 months of unlimited streaming with Sony Pictures Core. And you also don't get the premium backlit remote. So from my perspective, if you have a Costco membership, I'd recommend purchasing this TV from them, as your dollar goes much further and you get much more in return. Before we get any further into this video, let's hop over to my unboxing and setup experience. Okay, so the unboxing part of this, one thing that I do want to highlight is the Costco model of this is XR70C. I know Sony tried to get away from the modeling stuff like the X90L and stuff like that, but for this one, the standard Bravia 7 would be XR70, and the one that you get from Costco is XR70C. So that being said, let's get into this thing. All right, so now that I got the shipping straps taken off, I thought it would be a good opportunity to talk about the way this is shipped. The X90L that I got was eco-friendly. There was minimal ink and stuff like that, but with this model, it looks like they've gone back to printing on a sticker. If you bought a Bravia 7 from another retailer like Amazon or Best Buy, let me know what your packaging looks like. This is a change that I thought that wouldn't come back, but here we are. Anyways, let's get into this box. This is a little different from my experience in the past with Sony TVs. They included this cardboard covering. Getting that out of the way, Right in the center is your setup guide, remote, and cable. And then on each side are two of the legs, the stands. We'll take a closer look at these here shortly, getting these out and taking this out as well. The next step of getting into the box of the Bravia 7 are these cardboard tabs here. You're going to have to use some sort of a knife to pry it out. As you can see where my hand is and where my wife's hand is, these are on both sides of the box and they're holding it in place to where you can't pull it off. So you're gonna get a little knife or something like that and pry these out. I missed the plastic that are on other standard TVs because this is a little bit crazy. So I pulled this side off and my wife's gonna help me with the other side. There you go. That was a little intense. I don't know why the design there, it's a little bit difficult to get into, but we're gonna do the other side of the TV where you can't see on the camera. All right, so now that we got those weird tabs off, we are able to lift while being careful that the TV doesn't topple over. And then that exposes this plastic to where the front of the TV is now exposed. One noticeable difference here is that the X90L came with some foam on the front. I'm not quite sure of the choice there. At least they kept the cardboard to protect the screen. And then move over to the carpet. I'm not gonna say what I can't confirm or even prove, but this TV feels a lot like it's utilizing the X90L casing because it feels like it's exactly the same TV. I wouldn't know any different because I just took that off the wall and it looks exactly the same. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about these ports. You get two USB-A ports up here. One is a 2.0 and one is a 3.0. I'm going to try to utilize that Ethernet adapter here to gain higher throughput on my internet connection because this is only a 100 megabit LAN port down here. Not to go out of order, but here is the center speaker input. If you were to utilize Sony's surround sound system, you can use the TV as the center speaker and that's where you would connect that connection. You get 4 HDMI ports. 2 are 120 hertz right here. One of the ports is also eARC and ARC enabled. That is still a sore spot for me because I utilize Sonos as my surround sound system. This is going to take up that spot. And then my PlayStation 5 there. Like I said earlier, 100 megabits LAN port here. The RS232C remote there. The IR in extender there, just in case you have your TV in a weird spot. And then you have your cable antenna port there as well. I like that it's on the side. It's very conducive to wall mounting because I don't have to look under the TV or anything like that. This is a perfect placement for me and in the place that I have it in my home. Power supply is inside of the Bravia 7. And they include the power cable here, which is a nice design in my opinion. One thing that I don't really like, that I'm not real favorable of, is this 90-degree angle power cord. Anyways, it's a small little annoyance, and I can get over it. It's just something that you should be aware of, that they include this 90-degree design on the power cable. So quickly testing the internet connectivity of the Bravia 7, I am wired in using that Ethernet adapter through the USB 3.0 port on the back of this TV. I am lucky enough to have 2.5 gigabit internet service, and you can see there is some substantial throughput on this. So you'll see that I got around 850 megabits of download and around almost 1700 megabits upload using this 2.5 gigabit Ethernet adapter through the USB 3.0 port. I then went and disconnected the Ethernet adapter and then wired in directly to the TV using the LAN port. And you'll see that it tops out at what it's rated for, 100 megabits. I got a fantastic suggestion on my X90L video to where I should test the Wi-Fi speeds, and I am doing that here. And you see it more than doubles the wired connection through the included Ethernet port on the back of the Bravia 7. So if anything, I would suggest that you connect this TV via Wi-Fi because you'll have a much better experience. Because I'm going to be wall mounting this and not utilizing the feet here, I want to talk about the 4-position availability of the feet. There's the wide stance here, and then there's the thinner stance here if you have a smaller TV stand and whatnot. Each one of these leg stances have 2 different height availability. So that is a nice inclusion, and I appreciate that change from the X90L, and I think it's gonna be really nice for those of you out there that have thinner stance TV stands. There is a hard mute switch on this. My X90L did not have this. On the back of the Bravia 7, there's a 300 by 300 VESA mount. These are recessed screws. I learned the hard way with the X90L that there are these extenders that you need to utilize if you're going to wall mount, because these help with better affixing the wall mounting hardware to your TV for a much more secure fit. There's 4 of these included in the packaging. Just don't overlook them when you buy the Bravia 7 and you're looking to wall mount it. These are required. There are some screws in there. You just would take those out. You can utilize those to either for your mount or just use the standard hardware that you have for your wall mounting hardware. Just, again, be aware of this, that these are included in the packaging of your Bravia 7. One more thing I want to cover before I put this TV on the wall is that there are these 2 side tweeters on the TV that are similar to the X90L. There's one right here, and then, excuse me, while I cross the frame, there's one over here as well. Just so you know, so you can get a better look at their placement on the 65-inch and how high they sit on this TV. So here's one of the premium features and the premium perks that you get with the Costco model. As you can see, it is rechargeable, and they include a USB-A to USB-C cable in the packaging. You get this really premium remote. So I'm gonna remove this, see if I can get this to power on and show that it is backlit, and it is. I'll shoot this in a darker environment, but just so you know, it is a USB-C and you recharge it using the included cable. This remote has the premium finder function built in as well. It has a little speaker on the back of it. So say you lost this remote in your couch cushion or something and just could not find it, you would go over to the TV, press the bottom of the TV, the button, and then navigate over to the find the remote function, and then press and hold. It's gonna find the remote. It's looking for us now, it's locating it. It says it's gonna display a sound to the remote for 2 minutes. Wait for that to find it. You can see that the remote has been found. To get the sound to stop, you just press the button, any button, saying I found the remote. Pretty neat little feature. Now I want to dive into the TV's ability to upscale subpar signals from your cable or satellite provider. The Bravia 7 excels at taking those poor signals limited by the bitrate and bit depth and upscaling them beautifully to fit the screen. For some context, most providers send a 720p resolution signal, which is still technically considered HD, to their customers. The Bravia 7 features the Sony's XR processor, which works hard to upscale these less than ideal signals to the TV screen. Sony has included their XR backlight master drive, XR motion clarity, XR clear image, and XR triluminous pro technologies, all of which work significantly to enhance the image quality on this stunning 4K screen. When you feed this TV a clean high bitrate Dolby driven signal, it truly shines, delivering an image that makes you appreciate the investment you made in this Sony TV, and your decision to pay that Sony tax doesn't hurt so bad. Let's talk a little bit about the setup process and where you might place this TV in your home. If you're not a fan of all the Google TV features that the Bravia 7 brings, and you prefer using Apple TV, Roku TV, or managing your TV through an AV receiver or something like that, you have some limited options. The TV gives you the option to set it up as a Google TV or a basic TV. However, it's worth noting that the basic TV mode from the setup screen is essentially just an app-only mode, which you can kind of enable at a later date. And I learned this from Caleb Dennison from Digital Trends. While it's not truly a dumb TV, it does offer a more streamlined experience for those who prefer not to use the smart TV features. It would be nice if this setup allowed for that flexibility. However, it's likely tied to Google TV licensing, I'm assuming. After setting up the Bravia 7, you can switch to a basic mode by enabling the app-only mode, which based off my testing offers the same experience. Basic mode doesn't remove the ability to receive firmware updates. Now let's dive into the overall picture quality of the BRAVIA 7 for TV shows, movies, and sports. Straight out of the box, you don't need to make any adjustments other than disabling the eco modes. I tested it by simply plugging it in and turning it on without any crazy tweaks in the settings other than disabling the eco mode, and I was extremely impressed with the picture quality. If you're looking to upgrade your current TV, add it to a theater room or anything like that, I can almost guarantee you'll be very happy with the BRAVIA 7. This part of my review is subjective as I don't have any of the professional calibration and testing equipment. However, if you're particular about color accuracy and other details like that, I'm confident that this TV will score high enough in your own evaluation. Blacks are deep, though there is a slight amount of blooming. You won't get the inky blacks with the BRAVIA 7. For that, you'll need to go OLED, with the BRAVIA 8, or may want to jump up to a higher price tier with the BRAVIA 9. Colors are well rounded and look close to true to life as it gets for a TV of this type. When watching content on Netflix and Sony Picture Score, there's a specific calibrated mode that you can enable. And new for this model, Prime Video is also offering the same type of thing. It delivers some really eye-catching experiences because you're seeing the content as the content creators intended you to see it. Overall, it's a great TV that excels in viewing sports and low bitrate signals like I was talking about earlier in bright rooms. Sony's processing really is the top-notch type of stuff. So what's missing? In my opinion, when you opt for a TV in this tier, you might start to wonder if spending a bit more for the BRAVIA 9 would have been worth it to get the absolute best. You might also question whether the BRAVIA 8 would have been a better choice. But the BRAVIA 8 only works if you're putting this TV in a room where you can control the room's light. To be honest, the biggest issue with this TV here is the pricing. It's too high for what it is, in my opinion. Brands like Hisense and TCL are producing phenomenal, extremely bright mini LED TVs that are poised to undercut what you can get with the BRAVIA 7. For the price of one 65-inch BRAVIA 7, you're almost at the point to where you can get two 65-inch U8Ns from Hisense. So those options are worth considering before making a decision. There's also the 2023 X93L to consider, but only for a short time since it won't be carried over to 2024's production line. I've also heard some things with the viewing angles. I haven't noticed it, but I'm not a professional calibrator and I don't have professional calibration equipment to test it. I will say that in my living room and in my living space, the viewing angles don't drop off as bad as it may seem or as other reviewers have annotated. I'm not discrediting their findings because they have more professional equipment to kind of measure that stuff. Of course, if you get right on the side, everything kind of falls apart on the BRAVIA 7, so there is that. If you want to see stuff from the side on the TV, you're probably going to want to consider some other manufacturer or bump up to the BRAVIA 9. Since this TV is Sony's newest model, you'll need to wait for sales if you want to get a discount. I bought this 65-inch model from Costco, like I said from the beginning of this video, and I feel like I'm a Costco shill. The total price came in at around $2,200 with tax. While I know I spent a bit too much, I wanted to be on the cutting edge of this mid-range mini LED TV. My advice to you though, if you can wait until the price drops. At the $1,400 or $1,500 range for the 65-inch, this TV is a must-buy. I'm sure it'll go on sale this holiday season because it always does, and it is definitely something you should consider if you're looking for a solid mini LED TV. In closing, this TV is absolutely gorgeous. Sony's processing paired with Google TV makes me glad that I upgraded from the X90L. It performs well and looks great on my wall. The display is beautiful and delivers the best picture across various types of content in my bright room because I can't control the light in this room, and no, I'm not going to put up curtains or blinds. For those of you out there that always recommend that. For pricing and availability, hit the links in the description. Full disclosure, those are my affiliate links, so making purchases through them helps support content creation here on this channel without costing you anything in addition to your purchases made through those links. I don't have anything else to disclose. I bought this TV with my own hard-earned cash. Well, that about does it for me in this one. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'm Tomas, and I'll catch you in the next one.